Like, look at this car in front of us right now.
I can't.
Let me clear my throat. All right, let's see what this thing's got 0 to 60. So, donuts? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to drive-ins, diners, and Duramaxes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today, we've got a big one. Literally the biggest truck that we've ever reviewed on this YouTube channel, and it's a special one because it was owned by Guy Fieri, the host of Food Network's Drive-ins, Diners, and Dives. I think it goes without saying that it's way brighter than his highlights. Now guys, real quick before we get any further into this video, Dream Diesel giveaway number 9 is still live. So if you haven't gotten your entries yet, we're giving away that 2016 LML Duramax and $10,000 cash. Check out the link in the description below. Grab your favorite product or products on enthusiast.com and you could be taking that thing home.
All right.
Guys, so this thing is absolutely insane, and I feel like the first thing that I need to do is really give you a sense of scale. So hold on one second. Wow, does that help a little bit more? I mean, guys, like, I didn't really know how else to communicate how unnecessarily massive this truck is, but I felt like this kind of will at least dictate a little bit of the difference. So we're over here at Lime Ridge Automotive. They actually have this truck for sale. So if anybody's looking for an outrageously large 2006 Chevy Kodiak that was owned by a Food Network celebrity, then it is available. I am gonna put Lime Ridge's information in the description below. And again, shout out to these guys for ending up with this thing and, well, letting us mess around with it today. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm gonna put this back now. We got something to focus on. So guys, before we jump into this review, I don't know all that much about Guy Fieri. I actually don't even watch that much TV, but I did a quick little Google search last night before coming over and visiting this absolute mammoth behind me, and I found that he's a big car enthusiast. So Guy, if you're watching this, dude, I'm stoked about doing a review on one of your previous trucks. I'm curious as to why you sold it. Is it because it's so hard to drive on the road? I mean, I guess we'll figure that out here shortly. But if there's anything that you guys need to know about Guy's car collection, it's that they're all one color, that color. On his TV show, he's actually got a 68 red Camaro that has a 502 from Chevy in it. They did some collaborations in the past. Come to find out, he's a big Chevy guy. So mad respect to you, my friend. That's super cool. And he's actually got a slew of other Chevy cars in his collection, such as like a C6 Z06, which I used to have, a few other Camaros. If you guys want, you can Google that, and a big picture comes up where he's standing in his driveway with his frosted tips and all of his cars to match. All right, guys, so what we have here behind us is a 2006 Chevy Kodiak C4500. Now, they've since discontinued this body style of the 45 and 5500 series trucks, but then they brought them back ever so recently. I believe they actually discontinued these because of the bankruptcy that General Motors went through back in the late part of the early 2000s. Now this one being a 2006, you would assume it was an LBZ, but it's actually not. So it's got the 5-speed Allison transmission, and what else did I want to say? But it's actually an LLY. You were zooming on me, dude. So it does have the Allison 5-speed. Now, obviously this one isn't factory at all. It's obviously got some kind of a lift kit on it to fit these massive 395 80/20 tires. Did we figure out what that is, standard?
I can't even.
Oh, I gotta do it real quick. 395. All right, guys, so I didn't even know what that size was, so I just Googled it, and it comes out to about 46.8 inches. So it's closer to 50 than a 40. It's the biggest tire that I'm gonna say that I've ever driven before. Now, I'm not even familiar with what kind of lift kits that they put on these kind of Kodiaks, but obviously it's been lifted up. And just for scales comparison, I'm 5'11", and this is where the side step is on this thing. Really, it's not even all that functional, because yeah, it's kind of a process, as you can see. Now, I do believe that this yellow color is actually factory, and I did a quick little Google search again to try and just kind of wrap my head around this truck, and it does look like Guy actually picked this thing up when it was completely factory as a dually. Now, these Kodiaks were really made to tow and be basically the all-purpose tow rig in every single retrospect possible, but I don't really know how much towing this one could do. Guy was actually asked the question, what do you tow with that thing? And he said, a whole bunch of ass. So I feel like the only thing that I can wrap my head around is how this truck in a truck dealership stands out from the rest in so many different ways. And in Pennsylvania, driving this thing on the street is gonna break a whole bunch of necks, but can you imagine it driving down the streets of Southern California? So just some other quick things that stood out on this build real quick. It does have Fox shocks on it with external reservoirs and bump stops, as you can see. It does have these big old cow pushers up front. Obviously he was trying to make a statement and, you know, potentially be safe on the road. I mean, in Southern California, you never know. To put some aftermarket steps on it because this thing's lifted so high. I really don't even know how high it's lifted, but if I had to take a guess, I would say it's at least the 10 to 12 inch lift, maybe even a little bit more, so I could be completely mistaken. If you guys know, anybody watching this video, drop a comment below, just for anybody skimming the comments, that way we can get some accurate information, because I really don't know all that much about Kodiaks in general, let alone modding them. Now, it does look like we do have some side exit exhaust here, so he was definitely feeling the full brunt of America, and he's got a custom side exit manifold that was kind of made and spits out these exhausts on either end. I have not driven it yet, so that should be kind of interesting. And then around the backside here, it looks like he is trying to be compliant with a little bit of his stance with these big old meaty mud guards. And then he's got, of course, like this huge bumper out on the back end. This thing, guys, I still can't get over this sheer scale of this truck. It's absolutely massive. So let me start this thing up. We want to hear this thing roar. All right. Ugh. All right, so now that you guys have an idea as to what to expect on the outside, let me just show you inside this thing real quick. So the Kodiak is literally like a semi on the inside. I don't know if these seats are factory or not, but they are full air ride suspension. So you sit in these and, like I said, you legitimately feel as if you were behind the wheel of a tractor that's supposed to pull a 48 to 50 foot trailer. Now looking forward, it doesn't feel like it's all that unfamiliar because it is kind of like older classic Duramax-esque here, but then you look over to this side and it is drastically different. You kind of have this massive instrument cluster that's all kind of focused in your general direction. When you look down, you do have this kind of small little center console area, and then you actually have this cowl hood that you would open up if you ever had to service the back end of the motor because it is so far recessed under the cab. It is really almost kind of like a cab over a truck. Now in the back here, it does have this big old bench sheet, and what's kind of cool about it is it's power folding. And it lays down completely flat into a bed. The cool thing about this is, and I don't even know if this is factory or not, so again, drop a comment below if you know, but it's got these two switches. One's for the back part of the seat, and then another is for the bottom part of the seat. And you can actually click this to move everything up and then back. So that is a pretty cool little feature. And I guess back to Guy's point of hauling ass, he had a bed in the back. So I've actually never seen up under the hood of a Kodiak, and this one's kind of a puzzle, so I kind of want to figure it out. Here we go. Figuring it out, boys. Oh, here we go. We're good. I think oil changes would be kind of complicated. I don't even know how to go about this. I legit don't even know. Oh. I guess that doesn't move. So here's a quick little shot of one of the intercooler pipes and the intake. You can see it's forward facing. How's the view up under there, Jake? Pretty good?
No, it's horrible. I can't do anything.
And that's about as much of the motor as you can see. I guess this is this pretty legit little standing spot. That's maybe one of the big reasons that they decided to put this heavy duty bumper on. But you can see how everything is tucked so far up underneath the dashboard and kind of the driver's command center, which would make servicing a Kodiak quite interesting. I'd say that they probably have to pull the cab off for most instances or the dashboard out. I really have no idea, but it looks like it would be something that I personally wouldn't want to do. What should I do?
Touch yourself inappropriately. Oh my God!
Dude, that thing is massive. Locked and loaded, guys. Let's take this thing out for a drive because I am done talking about it in this parking lot. Here goes nothing, boys. Got full turn radius, boys. We are literally on a whole new level. Everyone is looking at this thing like, what the hell? How am I not supposed to smile when driving this thing right now? I feel like I blend in. All right, guys, we are up to 40 miles an hour, climbing. Here we are, 54,000 miles on the odometer, and I legitimately feel like I'm driving the biggest thing on the road right now. I feel like I'm pretty much at eye level with semis, but right now we are legitimately occupying everything that this lane and road has to offer right now. It's crazy. It smells like fast food in here. I don't know about you, Jake. Do you smell that, dude?
I smell a hint of fast food for sure.
Like, look at this car in front of us right now.
I can't.
I mean, like, damn, dude, we'll definitely know if he's texting and driving. I can see right through his center console. Can't say I'm a very tall person in life, but now I kind of feel like I know what it's like. Not sure what that does.
Boom.
We'll leave it up. Up. We gotta get on the brakes here.
Can't see their face because I'm going like this, but I got them.
That's a stop sign. And another sign. So, being that we have this thing out for a day of activities, I figured we would take it into what is a nice and peaceful residential complex and see what it looks like in my driveway. Yeah, I think my wife will buy it, dude. I mean, it fits in the driveway. I don't see why she would. Plus, I could sell her on the added benefit of serviceability to our property. Hear me out. What, bitch? You need the gutters cleaned? It's cool. I got you. I don't even need a ladder. This is more stable. It's safer. Hanging the Christmas lights is gonna be a valid argument, right?
Yeah, it might even fit in the garage.
All right, so now I think the real question is, guys, we gotta find out how fast this thing does 0 to 60.
Oh, a bus, you say?
Hey, neighbor. I feel like I'm driving a bus, so I partnered up with one of my bus brethren. All right, let's see what this thing's got 0 to 60.
Still don't think he's going 60. Did you even hit 60?
I was close.
Horn works.
Works well.
Oh look, a biker.
So we did end up getting it up to 60 miles an hour. We just needed a little bit more of a runway than we allotted ourselves. Takes a little bit of time to spin the 47s. Now we're in this field and we're in a really big truck. So, donuts? Yeah. Oh, we got this. Oh, man. Dude, this thing is sick, man. Like, if I just had a little bit of an extra pile of money sitting around, I would totally buy this just to do that, like, once a week. Yeah, absolutely, man. You want a picture with this thing? You want a picture with me?
Yeah, let's do both.
Let's do it, man. Here, climb up on this side. There's an animal right here. And it just got recently traded in, so we decided to do a video with it, and then we decided to kind of end the video with some donuts.
Badass. Take it easy, guys.
Cheers, brother. Take care. funnest day at work I've literally ever had in my entire life. Oh, got a little dirt on the camera, guys. I'm sorry. Let's just talk about something real quick. It is springtime. Well, spring is right around the corner. It is upon us. And you know, there was this field here, and the owner gave me their blessings to come out here and do a little bit of pre-tilling. But I'll tell you what, man, I've never seen a piece of machinery more at home. And that was the funnest farming that I've ever done in my entire life.
And the craziest thing of all, it looks brand new still. Like, I mean, we're talking,
The tire shine is still on the tires.
and it looks like it's ready to just jump right back on the road.
Man, seeing this thing doing donuts, spinning around at 20 miles an hour was wild. Yo, thanks for taking the sacrifice to the dirt beating too there, brother, man. It was for the greater good of the group. Let me clear my throat. Now, guys, I had been alluding to the fact that I was gonna be bringing somebody onto the vlog to help out a little while, and you can see we celebrated in a big deal. This is my great friend, Jake. He has been a dear friend of mine for a very long time. He had been basically working this job, and it was a good job, but I said, look, dude, you wanna just come work for me?
To that I said, yeah, I'll put my 2 weeks in tomorrow.
Sick. So now we're here, and I guess I gotta ask you in closing remarks for this video, dude, and be honest, how's your first day of work?
You know, it ranks down there with probably one of the worst days I've ever had.
Thanks, Sam.
Just kidding. That was the best day ever. And that was only the first day. Let's do this.
We got a lot more to come, guys. The original content that y'all have gotten used to on this channel is not going to change by any means. We're still gonna be doing epic builds, but I wanted to get a little bit of assistance, being that holding the camera 100% of the time is very challenging, and doing stuff like this can't be done when you're just a single cameraman. Now we got Jake here to help out, and we're gonna be doing a lot of really awesome things that we've been planning now for the past few weeks. I cannot wait to show you guys what we have in store coming up here shortly. It is gonna be absolutely one epic ride. So if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel already, I definitely consider doing so. So we got a lot of really exciting stuff coming. Last but not least, if you haven't gotten your entries for Dream Diesel giveaway number 9,
I don't know what they're waiting for.
I mean a Denali and $10,000 cash that one of you is going to be taking home, just like one of our previous 8 winners. I definitely encourage that you grab something, because you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. We have a cleanup duty ahead of us, although we aren't required to do this cleanup. Oh, Tractor Brother, how we doing? We weren't asked to do the cleanup. I feel like it is the polite thing to do, so we're gonna go get this process started. My like league, love you guys, do what you do best, and I'll see y'all in the next upload. Peace.
I haven't seen nothing like that.
Do you know Guy Fieri from Drive-Ins, Diners, and Dives in the Food Channel? That's his.
We had a special mate with the hood like that.
That is all from the factory. And we just did a bunch of donuts in a field with it.
I just saw it.
It was awesome, man. Yeah, man. Do you mind if we put you in it in this last part, just sort of talking about sharing our excitement?
Yeah, okay.
You wouldn't mind?
I don't mind.
Dude, that'd be awesome, man. Hell yeah, dude.
I got my Kiss That Fire on too.
All right, represent.
Represent, dog.
Man, absolutely.
How do you do donuts?
You just got to steer into them, and then once you get going, you kind of just steer and maintain kind of the direction of it. It was fun.
This is even fun to look at.
All right, man. It was a pleasure to meet you. Thanks for your energy, man. You guys are awesome.